today trainers, we're having a lot of action from Great League in order to showcase a team that is extremely meta. We're gonna use Shadow Quagsire up on the lead, while Noctowl and Shadow Drapion will be our solid backline. So over here we're gonna take the early shield out of this Lantern, and of course at some point I'm always expecting the switch. So by taking the shield, I'm just gonna keep pressuring for the Stone Edge against the Flyer, the opposing side Noctowl, and now my own Noctowl can go in, start farming down some crucial energy. Now let's see how well we can do here, because as it seems with the Lantern at the back, I cannot throw my energy yet. I want to farm down completely, and in order to do so, we have to risk it for the biscuit. Able to complete the farm down, we are already at the first Shadow Ball. We're gonna unleash it as soon as possible, and because they're down on shields, I'm pretty confident that we can almost take out this Lantern for sure. Here comes now the Shadow Ball number 2, able to almost destroy down Lantern. We got now the shield on the Surf, because this can always be fatal. And now let's see what remains at the back. It is gonna be Galarian Stunfisk, which is great news for my team at this point. We can get to the Mud Bomb to grab the shield and of course do severe damage to that Pokemon, and now we can easily go down to this Rock Slide. We got the shield and of course a whole Shadow Drapion in order to destroy down this Pokemon. I'm pretty sure that if we can block here, one Aqua Tail will just seal the deal up against the Galarian Stunfisk, so let's see how well this is gonna do up against them. Aqua Tail for the win, and yes we can, starting off the video pretty solid. Now into the next one, and we're met up with a Breloom, which is kind of a soft counter to our team. Either you believe it or not, especially upon the lead, because our only solid answer against that Pokemon is gonna be the Noctowl. So good news here is that we took a shield out of them. However, we cannot even reach the Aqua Tail because the game decided to go for the overtap, and that is a bummer. So we're expecting here a move, the Weather Ball of course, but I will block it because we're Shadow and we're taking more damage than usual. And now with that even shield scenario, we might have a chance. Also, we happen to get that second shield out of the way, but unfortunately before we reach to our Stone Edge number 2, they're gonna reach to their own move, and now we have to pressure for the Sky Attack before they reach to a triple Weather Ball up against our team. They return to the battle with the Breloom, which is kinda weird, but still we have to respect the damage even from the Seed Bomb at this point. At the back they have the Pelipper, and all we have to do is to go for the double Sky Attack. As it seems we're super close, but they can also win the CMP race for the next one. So here comes the Weather Ball to put us at a critical point, and Breloom will definitely come back into the battle and finish us off with a simple counter. But look at how much damage they still can get from those wing attacks. But anyways, well played to my opponent, I really appreciate the spice. After this battle I might get a haircut because look at that, this is horrible. Anyways, we're having now the Sky Attack on that Pelipper. Let's see if we can get the revenge here, and I believe that we definitely need that lead scenario switch. So I'm just gonna keep pressuring for my Noctowl at this point. We got to respect the damage from the Hurricane. Here it is. So we are down on shields, but it doesn't matter because in theory we might have the upper hand overall with our backline. So let's see how this is gonna unfold now, because we are definitely expecting their counter to our Flyer to emerge, and that is gonna be the Unova Stunfisk. With that in mind, we can still pressure with those Shadow Balls. Let's see if we can grab a shield, which we can. That was impressive, and now we're gonna keep going with our Noctowl. Of course, this charge is gonna finish us off, but still Quagsire can go in, kinda walling down this Pokemon. Mud Bomb is still gonna do a lot of damage, but at the back there is gonna be the Medicham. So here is where that double crunch will be pretty nifty for you. So crunch number 1, look at how much damage it is gonna do from the Shadow Drapion, about 50%, which is pretty nice, and one more ready to go. If we can finish this Pokemon off, things can be pretty crucial for us. However, they're gonna get the debuff on their side, and the Mud Bomb now is gonna be absolutely on clutch to finish them off. Of course, we can outspeed before they reach to a double Mud Bomb of their own, because one would never be enough, and we're gonna take this victory with Shadow Quagsire. Saggy against the world, Saggy against Sebelai, and of course now we're having kind of a weird matchup over here. I will try to catch one foul play on my Shadow Drapion, which is resisted, but as it seems they know better and they're gonna get in there with a Ninetales. So I always overfarm for this scenario because I want to threat them with a potential Sludge Bomb, but as it seems they also know better. But of course I can always win the CMP here, and I will just go ahead and use my Aqua Tails on that CMP factor. I think that we have to sacrifice 2 shields at this point, and I will just keep going when I have a double Aqua Tail, just in case they are gonna block, and then I can reach to the Aqua Tail number 3, but still they're gonna take it, so everything that we're gonna say is absolutely nonsense at this point. Quagsire at the back, and also the Sableye, which is gonna go in pretty clutch to finish us off before we do anything weird. And now we can go in with our Noctowl to try and pressure this Ghost type Pokemon, but this Ghost type Pokemon is not even purified, which just hit me. It has Power Gem, wow, super effective back at us, but hopefully we can resist by a lot to those Shadow Claws, which means that we can go for the double Sky Attack to grab the shield and the knockout up against the Sableye. Now it's all up to the Quack battle, but we have so much energy to spare and they cannot outspeed for sure. We're having Mud Bomb number 1 and one more ready to go already before they reach even to the Earthquake, which they do not have at all, and we're gonna get this amazing victory for our team once again. So ready still now, the Metal Trash Can that everybody's hating and love, so we're having on the switch the Medicham, and guess what, we have to pressure with our Noctowl. Noctowl being a flyer also means that it is gonna be weak to those Ice Punches, and that's why Medicham is an amazing generalist in total, slash a safe switch, a safe lead, or whatever that might be on the Great League format. This Pokemon is definitely an all-arounder, so definitely gonna go now for that Sky Attack. We can pressure for those shields, and I have a feeling that we have to take this Medicham out of the way as soon as possible. Able to press immediately that Sky Attack, however they end up catching on the Metal Trash Can, and that is a bummer. Also on the other side they're having the Registeel with a lot of energy, so perhaps they're gonna reach to the Focus Blast before we can reach on our Mud Bomb, which is kinda the same, but still the Focus Blast cannot finish us off right on time. So this gives me some time to farm some extra energy, reach to at least a double Mud Bomb. We are both shieldless, which means that now we're gonna press that Mud Bomb immediately on the Medicham, returning into the battle. So let's see what their third Pokemon might be. We're gonna bring immediately our own Shadow Drapion, as well as we're facing a Charmer and the Wigglytuff at the back. I have no clue how fast they can get to the Disarming Voice, but as it seems they're getting a lot of damage from the Poison Stings and the Aqua Tails. We do not have Sludge Bomb, but still we can finish them off before anything weird will happen, and that is gonna sum things up for this battle. Into the next one now with the Galvantula up on the lead. All we have to do here is to respect the damage from the launch and then try to bait in order to finish them off with a potential Stone Edge. We're gonna do exactly that, but let's see if this trainer is gonna expect it. No, oh my goodness. And now we can reach to the Stone Edge like a back-to-back combo. Let's see if they are gonna expect it. No, we're gonna take this amazing strategy fulfilled up against the Galvantula. And now Shadow Drapion can go in pretty rough up against their team. We're seeing that they have a Galarian Stunfisk at the back, so perhaps Noctowl will be on a bad situation against their own backline, so only time will tell. We're gonna let that go through. It ends up being an Earthquake. Most of the times it is gonna be just a Rock Slide, but still the Earthquake was impressive here, able to finish them off with a Mud Bomb, and now they are gonna block. You know what, I'm gonna let that go through as well, and it ends up being just another Earthquake. So at this point it's all up to the Noctowl, and to be honest I'm feeling very comfortable. Perhaps though this is gonna be a mistake, because I could have easily went for that Sky Attack and not the Shadow Ball, but still they're gonna get to the Hydro Pump, big damage on my Pokemon, and because they hit me with the Hydro Pump always makes me think that they do not have Ice Beam at all. Otherwise they could go for the Ice Beam, so I'm expecting a Play Rough next, just gonna block it and try to overfarm a lot, expecting the switch at some point. Here it is, trainer, speaking of the switch, and we already have the double Sky Attack, so one for the Fisk at this amount of HP and one more to finish off the Azu. This is looking promising for us, and of course we're gonna grab this victory as we proceed into the final one. Let's see what we got going on here, because Toxic Rock will be our next opponent. However, we might be on a very nice typing scenario here up on the lead. However, we're having the Shadow, Quagsire, and of course those counters are gonna do a lot of damage on our derpy face. So at this point we can go ahead and try to throw a Mud Bomb to finish them off, but of course they will try to catch on their Machamp. A pretty nice bait, I believe, here with the Cross Chop, and I will try now to get that final shield out of play no matter what with my Sky Attack. So they had a fighter up in front, a fighter at the back, so it makes me think that at the back, whatever remains at least, will be something like another fighter, Medicham, Vigoroth, Obstagoon, who knows, something like it. It is gonna be the return of the Toxicroak though before we see the final Pokemon. And now Shadow Drapion will do a lot of damage but still not lethal, trying to snipe them down with a Mud Bomb, but they end up catching on the Tentacruel, which is crazy, and now we are just one Mud Shot away from victory and we're gonna get that. So yeah, here it is. This is the big finale of this team. So I hope you liked today's video. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my stuff. And if you want to see more of my stuff right now, well, one of these two videos might be just for you, so feel free to check them out.